Good morning and welcome to the first part of this self-care course. Today I'm going to focus on grounding. I always start a practice with grounding before I make a big decision. I always ground as well. Grounding is the perfect antidote to anxiety. So what happens when we're in a state of fear is that we hold it in the body, and that can sometimes it's a fear that we're not even aware that's there. So but how the body is so intelligent is it can get rid of that. So before we start anything, we want to put the body into the best state that we can, and that's going to be important for any growth and healing that we're going to do from here. So this is a practice you can do from anywhere. You can do it from at home, and you can do it outside if you're able to get outside. You may want to have with you some kind of block. Use a fender, which is because I found it in the sea, and it's kind of perfect. You could use a yoga block, you could or a bolster, a foam roller. You could use quite a thick book, maybe wrapped in a towel or a blanket, or literally just a rolled up blanket or towel is going to create the same effect there. So we're going to look at coming into the body to ground ourselves, which means getting out of this space in the head. You know, we're bombarded with so much going on at the moment that it can be overwhelming, and too much busyness up here and activity up here can have an impact on us both physiologically and psychologically. So one of the things that we can do, and part of what grounding is to help us come into our bodies where we can feel at home. So our body was our first home. So when we come back to the body, that's where we can start to create that environment of safety within ourselves, because that's what we want to feel like, that we're safe. This is where I am. I'm okay right here. And that's where the body then does the work to heal itself. And the other home that we've got, of course, a place we can always call home, is the earth. And it's a place that we all share as well, which I think is going to help through these times for us to think, you know what, yes, we are all in this together. We're all walking the same earth. We've all got the same home. So we're going to start by coming into the body. I'm going to invite you just to take your socks off if you've got them, and let's start with massaging the feet. And those of you that are familiar with my work know that I often say to start by massaging the feet. And in fact, this doesn't have to just be at the start of any kind of practice that you're going to do. It can be at any time. If you've had a busy day, if you're up in your head, massage the feet, and it'll help literally bring your energy and focus down into the body. You know, we've got 90% of our intelligence from the neck down. This will do the work for us, and by massaging the feet, it's a really lovely way to just start to send the body that message: I'm going to take care of you. We're in it together too. And if you like, you can use some oils. Really get between the toes. We hold a lot of tension in our feet, don't we, as well? So just massage the feet. Let's get the energy flowing up the body as well. We're going to just take the feet slightly away from you, take two little fists, and just tap up the insides of the legs. Let's get in everything. Just awakening the energy flow. The legs, you know, our connection to our earth, help us ground. Feet, legs, all the way up. Now, if we hold the tap in just inside the groin here, it's going to help stimulate our lymphatic system. So this is going to be useful when we want to keep our immune system functioning well. The lymphatic system needs to be operating well. Literally, we just need to strengthen the body to keep it well. We need to strengthen it in terms of the systems, not just like in terms of muscles and things like that. Now go down the outside of the legs. Doesn't that feel nice? Feel everything wakening up. Gently, I'll say gently, a little firmness. Shouldn't be too hard though. Just waking everything up. And now just give the backs of the legs a bit of a rub. Take the feet out in front and let's point and flex the feet. And let's just take the hands to the side so that you're comfortable. I'm really hoping the soles of my feet are okay. Flex and point. It's nice to be able to get out in bare feet again. I do hope that back home you're getting some nice weather. I did look and keeping an eye on things, and it looked like you got some sunshine today. So if you can get outside and do something today as well, that will help you ground. It will help take you out of this anxious, fear-based state. Now let's circle the feet. Just let the whole body move as you do this as well. I want to think of the body moving as a whole. Creatures in nature. We're plants. Now let's go in the other direction. We're all part of this earth, aren't we? We're all plants in the same garden. And hold the feet still. And happy feet. It's like jazz hands, but for the feet. Now let's bring the soles of the feet together. And let's just gently press and release the knees. Opening out the hips. Okay, now let's cross the legs and just find your seat. What you might want to do, especially if you've got any issues in the lower back, is find something to sit on here. So we're just going to do a few breathing exercises. And so finding the seat, this is my favourite one for helping us ground. You might have done it before with me. The more you do it, the more you strengthen that message that you're sending through the words to the body. So find your comfortable seat. Sit up tall with the back long and feel how your sit bones just anchor you down into the earth. As if they're really, really big pegs that got roots coming down out through the sit bones, just anchoring you in. And feel the spine long and the crown of the head just extend up towards the sky. And let's just start by observing the breath. Perhaps the most useful tool that we've got for changing our state, whether it's our physical, physiological, mental or emotional state. Breath is perhaps our greatest tool. And maybe if you've been having any anxiety, the breath maybe feels a little short. We're going to try and lengthen that now just by taking a long, deep breath in. Holding the breath just for a couple of counts. And then exhaling and letting go. And you can close the eyes if you like. Breathing in. Imagine you've got two big balloons encased by the ribs. Those balloons inflating. Feel the rib cage inflate. And then exhale. And letting go. Breathing in, holding the breath, and breathing out, and letting go. We want to deepen the breath so it feels like it starts from the belly. I'm going to add in this mantra, breathing in, coming into my body. Breathing out, I am home. Breathing in, coming into my body. Breathing out, I am home. Breathing in, coming into my body. breathing out, I am home. Just continue that mantra in your head. And just find yourself arrive in a place of stillness. Slowly just dropping the chin down to the chest. And then gently rolling the head from side to side. Now as you lift the head up, release the arms, bring the palms together, up above the head. Feel the rib cage lift up from the waist. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down to touch the earth. Namaste. Good morning. So, hopefully you're a bit more in your body now. One way we go into the body is to put the mind into witness mode. So, mind's kind of in the mindset of a curious child. That's interesting in what's going on. So we're seeking the sensation and not the pose. We're going to come to all fours, just with the toes tucked. And we're going to lift the tailbone up. We're just going to press and sit back onto the heels. So the soles of the feet are getting that lovely stretch out. Now if you want, just grab your little pinky toes and see if you can peel those out. There's a little challenge while you're at home. The tailbone up. Just give the tail feathers a bit of a shake. Yeah. Shake it all out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now, sitting back, we're going to pad the hands a little further forward. We're going to do an up cat and a down cat to start with. So, but the arms are a little bit further extended away. So we're going to inhale, elbows slightly relaxed, and as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in and round the back. You're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, push down into the hands and round the back. Let's do that one more time. And now you can stay at this level, or we're going to make it into an up cat and a down dog. So our up cat is here, same position. To go to down dog, we take the tailbone slightly back. We push down into the mat, as if pushing the fingers towards the front of the mat. That's going to lift off the knees. Don't need to straighten the head, but just straighten the legs, but just drop the head, lift the tailbone. We're just warming up. So we're inhaling, up cat. Any kind of inversions like this are really great. They're getting our immune system working well. Inhale. We're not talking about boosting our immunity. We don't want to be too immune. We want everything in balance. We want the body in a state of balance, in its natural state, where it's best placed to fight any infection or any mental and emotional challenges we're coming up with. So let's take a few more of those. If you want to take it down a level, we'll just go back to up cat, down cat. Let's take 3 more. Inhale as you open the chest. Exhale as you press back and up with the hips. By linking the breath to the movement, it becomes a moving meditation. It's called Vinyasa breath, synchronized movement. It's a magical effect on the brain chemistry, and therefore that affects the whole chemistry in the body. Make this the last one. We're going to hold here a few breaths, but just maybe pedal out the feet. Or maybe the backs of the legs are a little bit tight this morning if you're not up in your down dog. Down here's on in cat is absolutely fine. Now we're going to just gradually start to lower down the knees, sit back onto the heels and bring the arms alongside the legs and dropping the head down. Child's pose has a calming effect on the nervous system, and use this time. Remember, life is a balance between rest and movement. This rest time is just as important as that movement that we've just been doing. Try and get into a place where you feel the breaths come back to normal. Maybe it feels nice to open the mouth and really let go. And see if you can find that place of stillness within. Now let's come back to all fours as we do tiger. Now if you're like me on a hard floor with a thin mat, you might want some kind of padding underneath the knees. So just pop yourself onto your knees, onto all fours, hands underneath shoulders, a good firm base with the hands. They're our connection to our earth too. So tiger, I always think of the tiger as, resilience, is strong, it's flexible. And working with the psoas muscles. So we're just going to awaken it by lifting the right leg up. We'll lift the head at the same time. It's the same movement really going on in the spine as the knee comes to the chest, the back rounds, the head comes to the knee. We inhale, we sweep back, we lift up the head and the leg. We exhale, we bring the knee to the chest and around. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you want to take it up a level, our inhale is the same with the leg back. Our exhale, we tuck the toes. We bring the knee to the chest, you push down into the hands, and it's like a down dog with the right knee tucked. We inhale, the right leg goes back, the head lifts. As you exhale, knee to the chest and round and lift up. So remember, you can keep the knee down all the way through. Inhale. Now if you can manage another 4 of these and go for it, or take it down a level. You want to be able, it's not meant to be stressful. Or maybe you pushed a little bit into challenge, but not stress. So choose the level that's right for you. Let's take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to hold the exhale, either with the knee down or the knee off. We're just going to step that foot between the hands and drop the back knee. So we want the knee over the ankle on that right leg. And then the fingertips. We're going to inhale, drop the left hip forward, bring the hands together above the head. And exhale, coming down. Inhale here. And exhale, take the tailbone back. Inhale, place the foot. Exhale, sink the hip. Inhale, lift the arms, bring the hands together. Exhale, bring the fingertips down to the earth. Inhale to pause, so see I'm slowing you down with that extra breath. Exhale. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale and hold. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. Exhale, bring the fingertips down to touch the earth. Inhale, our tailbone goes back, just going as far as feels nourishing for you. Exhale, back to center. Let's take 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tailbone goes back. Exhale. Now walking the fingertips forward. We're going to take the right hand to the inside of the right foot and bring the right foot out to the side. The left hand's going to come underneath the shoulder, and with the right hand, we're going to bring the hand to the shoulder. And we're going to make circles with this elbow. So we're going to get some space where we might have become stuck around the shoulder blades and the scapula. I'm just going to take some big circles. Now what we're not doing is just isolating the arm there. You know, we're not a machine, we're a plan. Everything works together. Okay, so let the whole body move. And then start to release that hand and let that arm explore just where it wants to. Maybe you take the seat back as well. Just go into those spaces where it feels nice. Maybe the arm goes over the head. Maybe it sneaks down almost to a thread the needle. Maybe they're just big circles. Whatever your body feels like doing. But just change around the position of the hands as well. See how that feels. And notice how when I move the fingers, the hand changes position. It changes the whole position, the shoulder and the upper back. Now we're going to take the arm up, extend it up. We're going to bring it around behind the back and look over the right shoulder towards the sky. Make sure you're not sinking down into the left shoulder, but push the earth away from you to open the chest. Now bring the hand down to the floor. Bring the right leg in and sit back to a child's pose. Arms alongside the legs. Just drop the head down. And just observe as you breathe. And then you're going to carefully lift yourself back up onto all fours. So maybe you felt the difference between the sides. So literally what we've done, the right side there is, we've innervated everything. We've gotten rid of those places where the energy's stuck, so it can all move. And that can help so many things. It's just, try not to get too technical, but it's just putting the body back into balance, into its natural state. So left side, lifting the left leg up. Start with just the knee stays down, the right knee stays down. Exhale, head to the knee, round the back. Inhale, lift the head, lift the foot. And exhale, round in. Inhale, exhale. And one more like this. Now if you want to take it up at upper level, which is just optional, left leg goes back, you tuck the right toe, push down into the hands, and tuck. Inhale, lift the left leg up in the air, and exhale. Tighten and squeeze the belly in. Send the navel onto the spine. Inhale. Nice and slow with breath. The tendency will be, especially if you've been stressed, is to speed up the movement. What I'm wanting to help you do is slow down. Slow it all down. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Squeeze. And let's just do one more. On this last one, as you bring the knee underneath you, you're going to step the foot between the hands. You maybe got a little bit warm there, and that's fine. So, fingertips either side of that left foot. You're going to inhale, bring the arms up above the head. Exhale, bring the fingertips down to the earth. Inhale here, and exhale, take the seat back. Inhale to move forward. Exhale and relax. Inhale. Right hip comes forward. Arms come up. Exhale. Fingertips down. Inhale. There. Exhale. Sit bone goes back. Inhale to move. Exhale to pause. Inhale, the arms open. Exhale. And come down. Inhale to move. Exhale, sit back. Inhale to move. Exhale, pause. Inhale, last round. And exhale, hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Now keeping that left foot there, I'm just going to turn myself around. I'm going to bring the left hand to the inside. We're going to take the left foot out to the side. And then with this left arm, we're going to make big circles with the elbow. So working with that upper body. Think of it, everything's starting to waken up and enliven. But also what we're doing is releasing energy blockages. Eventually, you know, if the energy's blocked, basically the blood, oxygen, nutrients aren't flowing. The flow is blocked. Eventually that can lead to inflammation, and there's where we're a lot more susceptible to disease. Want to get the body nice and free. Let's release that left arm and take it around and open it up. Whatever feels good for you, be guided by your body. Okay, don't think about it too much, just freestyle it. You know, we know when we're out dancing, we know how to move, don't we? We know what the body wants, how it wants to move. Just move freely, or not when you're out dancing so much as when you're on your own in your own kitchen. You know, your favourite track on. The body instinctively knows how to move in order to release stress. Imagine that. The challenge is getting the brain out the way, getting the mind out the way. You know, think about animals. They're not going, oh, right, I need to do 15 reps of that, 3 sets of that time for that long. They just instinctively know what to do. Remember, move the hand around. Explore. Notice what's going on in the upper back and around that shoulder. And then let's open that left arm out. Open the chest. Push the earth away from you with that right hand. And then bring the left hand around the back. Just wrap it around the waist. Doesn't matter how far it goes. Be nice just and loose and accepting of where you are in your practice. Self-acceptance is one of the building blocks, one of the cornerstones of self-care. Now let's release that hand. Come and sit back in a child's pose. Maybe you want to nestle, knees open. Bring the chest down. An option for the hands is bringing the palms together to namaste on the floor, dropping the head, and then taking the thumbs to the back of the neck. That might feel nice for you today. You can just inch the elbows away, but just find that place of rest. And find your breath. As you breathe out, feel yourself releasing any stress, any tension from the body. Just allow it to be soft. then slowly lifting up onto the knees. Bring the knees so that they're parallel. Just bring the fingertips just behind you slightly, so you're sitting on the heels. Just bring the fingertips behind you, be it down onto the hands. Fingertips facing forward. Just going to lift up the hips from here and open up the chest, drawing the tops of the arms together. Rules for this one: make sure you can smile through it. Doesn't matter how far you lift off. Doesn't matter exactly where the hands are. You can play around with where feels comfortable for you. But you want to make sure that you can smile. You want to make sure you can breathe. If you've stopped being able to do either of those, you need to bring the hips down. If not, see if you can hold for another 5 breaths. Opening the heart helps to open this part of the chest here. I'm going to do a lot with this part of the body here where the thymus gland is. I'm going to connect it to our immune system. So we'll do a lot of work with that. Just imagine, keep opening that space there. It's going to help you. Now lower down. You should be back on the seat. So you're going to grab your block. We're going to come to lying down. So now you don't really need a block. Just add something to it. Little piece of advice: don't try and lie down onto it from seated, but you need to lie down first, then lift off the hips. So where you're going to place it before we go down, if you just take the hand to the lower back, not on the curve of the lower back, but if you follow the spine down, just above, about where the crease in your bum is, you've got a bone there as your sacrum. Okay, we're going to place this on the sacrum. So, lifting up the hips, place the bolster underneath the sacrum. Just rest there for a moment while you sort out where your feet are. I want the feet parallel, so just notice if your knees are flailing apart, and just bring them in so the thighs are parallel. The feet are going to be hip width apart, so if you feel your hip bones right at the front there, they're going to line up with the centre of your patella kneecap and about the second of the big toe, but wherever the legs are parallel. And then sort the shoulders out so they're nice and relaxed, just the arms down by the side of the body. It's one of my favourite moves to do. It's incredibly good for releasing stress. We hold a lot of our stress in our psoas muscle. So the psoas muscle tightens, contracts, almost like twists when we're stressed. And what can happen is if that happens again and again and again, it stays contracted, it stays switched on, so we can feel in a constantly stressed state because the stress has not been released from the body. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to extend out the left leg, just bring the right knee into the chest. And just trust that this is happening for you. Maybe you want to circle the ankle of that right foot. And just bring the knee in towards the chest, just gently, until you get, we want a little, it's not even a, not a nip, not a bite, a little nibble. Yeah, let's call it a nibble, like right in the hip there, just a little nibble there. And if you're not feeling anything at all, but bear in mind it will be very gentle, slightly take the knee over towards the right shoulder. Gently, gently, gently. So I don't know if you're watching, but I'm moving literally, a millimetre at a time. I'm looking for the sensation. I'm not thinking I need to get my knee to my shoulder. That's, a lot of people think that yoga's about that, it's about the pose. But actually about bringing the body back into its natural state of balance. And we do that by observing it and seeing where we need to move into to release any blockages. Now just try and relax as much as you can there. Breathe down deep into the belly. Okay, now carefully place that foot down on the floor. Take the arms out to the side and slide the right leg out along the mat. Now just stay there for a moment and observe the difference between the right and the left side. You're not just in the obvious place where you think you just, maybe stretched, but the body as a whole. How different does the right side feel to the left? There's no right or wrong answer to that. Just notice. Now let's bring the right foot so it's flat to start with. Bring the left knee into the chest. Make it a basket with the hands. Slide the right leg out along the mat. And let's just hold there, let the body find its comfort. And so the body, it is us, isn't it? So of course it acts like us. But the body needs to be in a state where it's not stressed in order for the functions of the body to work well. So we need to put it into a nice relaxed place to start with, then it's responsive. So once you're in that position, you can just start to bring the knee in a little bit. Now what's common here, I just had a little bit of that there, what's quite common is that you might have a little shake. So the body shakes out its stress. And especially around about that area, around about the psoas muscle, you might have a little tremor. And just know that that's okay, but if it starts to feel panicky, ease off. And then go seeking that little nibble. It's a great word, isn't it? A little nibble. In French, I think it's morceau. A little morceau. Maybe you want to take that knee a little bit over towards the left shoulder. When you feel that little nibble, breathe deeply down into the belly. And calm the body as much as you can, knowing that the pose is doing the work for you. Just put the body into this position. It's doing the work. You just need to observe and go and seek out the sensation. So now that when we release this left leg down, we extend it out along the mat. Hopefully we've got a bit of balance in each side, so we're just going to lay here for a moment. Breathe down into the body and just feel the body surrender over the bolster. It's also incredibly good for the back, realignment of the spine. Just enjoy. And carefully bring the feet up towards the bottom. Now you might need to change where the bolster is. Make sure it's beneath the sacrum, not the lower back, not that arch in the lower back. It's incredibly sensitive. We want to lengthen there, supported by the sacrum, but we're going to bring the knees to the chest. So it could be a little bit of a balance. It is if you're in something silly like a fender like me. It's not entirely silly. Some of you might have fenders at home, little mini fenders like this that you can use. I'm finding it doubles up. It's like a block. It's a foam roller. It's a stability ball. So I'm having to stabilize on it. So it serves many functions. I just went and drifted off towards Exmouth Beach there, and I know many of you are in Exmouth, so saying that's one of my spiritual homes, Exmouth Beach. Go and walk the beach. When I was healing, a year or two ago now, and the consultant said I'd made a really good recovery. And I said, I think that was from walking the beach. Can you imagine the response to that? Righty-ho. That and arnica. So this, great for the lymphatic system, just the legs up in the air. You want to keep them fairly relaxed. Do this after any intense exercise like cycling or running, or just playing around. Now take the feet down, lift off the hips, take the block out from underneath. We're going to slowly lower down, the back down onto the mat. We're going to hold there for a moment. I'll be writing about space a lot at the moment. You know, magic happens in the space. That pause between stimulus and response. So rather than reacting, we respond. And magic happens in the space. It's where all creation began, nothingness. We need this space here. This is where the magic's happening right now. While you're not doing anything, while you've gotten out the way, you're letting the body rest. Now, next move, final move, just going to drop the knees down to the right hand side of the body. If that left shoulder lifts off, maybe you need to just adjust the legs. So what's really important is both shoulder blades are flat, and then you can turn the head, look over the left shoulder, the palms are facing upwards. Make any adjustments to this twist that you want. Twist it a good way, or rinse out the body at the end of the practice. Also stimulates a lot of the functions in the body. Just stay here another few breaths. Again, just trying to let go, surrender to the pose, just be present, observing the mind. If you catch your mind wandering, don't worry, that's normal. Most people can't hold the, count for 10 seconds without their mind wandering off. But just notice and then bring it back to the breath. Bring the knees back through center and dropping them down to the other side. Head to the right, knees to the left. Make any adjustments that you need to feel comfortable. You might get slight stretches here and there. Just observe, breathe into them. Notice the sensation. Now slowly bring the knees back through center. We're going to take the knees to the chest, give them a bit of a hug. Massage the sacrum. So think about where the block was, your bolster was. Just massage that just by moving around the knees. It should feel really nice. So we've got one more move. It's a little unusual, this, but it works like magic. That's moving the stuff out, the glue. We're going to take the legs out. Make sure the shoulders are flat. I'm going to shift you back a little bit so you can see my feet, my whole body. Palms are flat, so all I'm going to do is point and flex the feet. And I'm going to pump the feet, but not just the feet. Let the whole body move. That's a natural movement. That is what the body will naturally want to do, is move on the mat. So pumping the feet, pumping the feet, pumping the feet. The whole body shifts up and down on the mat. Is moving all that stuff out there, the fascia, the connective tissues. Hold our issues in our tissues where we hold our stress. So we're moving it out of the body. Now take the arms out. Just shimmy the hips a little as well. Shimmy the shoulders. Get yourself really comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Close the eyes. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. And open the mouth and letting go. Breathing in fully. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing out, letting go. can acknowledge any noises in the background. I've actually got here the noise of the fishing boat going out, which is quite exciting. So you can maybe imagine that you're somewhere that might be special to you, or just imagine that any sounds around you, just think about what's great about it, what reminds you of, what's there to look forward to in your day to day. And allow that to calm you. Think of something really nurturing and nourishing for you that you can do today. Also know that you're here, you have this space here. Your time to put yourself in the best state you can. It will not just benefit you, it will benefit the people around you, and it will benefit the world. This is the most important time you've got. You set new vibration. To have a positive impact on you, your body, everyone around you, on the whole of the planet. This is what we can affect. So sink down into it now. Just let go and trust the body knows exactly what to do. Everything's happening without you. You can just let go and float off into a state of bliss. Now, if you'd like, stay here for a little longer, for as long as you feel comfortable. The more time you spend in this place here, the better. And you can pause the video now if you want to stay here a little longer. And if you're feeling good, take the tip of the thumb, tip of the forefinger together on each hand and just press gently. Notice, observe how that feels, what your state of being is like. This is a state of balance. This is where the body is strongest. The mind is at ease. It's the most important practice we can do. Start to take some deeper breaths. Start to think about all the magic that's out there in nature that you are a part of. How you can embrace that in some way today. Start to feel yourself expand out into the atmosphere around you as you breathe in. More expansive, open to the world, ready to go and shine your light. When you're staying home, you can still do that. And just start to take the arms above the head. Wiggle the fingers, stretching the toes. And then carefully bring the knees to the chest, giving yourself a hug. Slowly rolling onto your right hand side. Give yourself one more hug. You know, if you've got no one to hug today, not in your pet, give yourself a hug. Lots of hugs. And say, you're okay, you know? You're okay. Now gradually making your way to seated position. Keep the eyes closed, but bring the hands together. And rub the palms as fast as you can. Now place the palms over the eyes and let the eyes be bathed. And slowly, as you take the palms away, start to open out the fingers, blink the eyes open, and see the day appear ahead of you. Bring the hands together at the heart center, and from my heart to your heart. Namaste. Have a lovely day. If you can today, get out into nature and remind yourself of all that is fantastic on this earth. Connect to Mother Earth, connect into your own body, and you can feel at home wherever you are. Namaste.